Good morning, happy warriors and great-grandchildren. I just got done mowing the lawn right before the sun came up. So I'm sitting out here thinking about the herbs and stuff in the yard, and I want to recommend that, well, what I use. You might not be able to use it, so don't take my recommendation as any kind of a prescription or anything like that, because it isn't. But what it is, it's a great healer. It's oregano oil and oregano inside and out. My philosophy is if you can eat it, you ought to be able to put it on your skin. So anyhow, I did the mowing. I checked out the yard. I'm going to have to do some more hand watering. But yesterday was a fabulous day. All those earthquakes, and they're still happening. They are actually still happening. They've surrounded my brother, actually, if you look at the map. He's right in the center, and they're kind of going around him like this, with most of them up on the mountains where we used to hang out all the time. Where the mine shafts are, where little mining things up above in Little Antelope Valley. And now people there have wells. They have private wells because there's no city water. It's not that big of a town. Very small. I didn't look at the population sign, but at one point there was 301 people in there, in that little bitty place, at the one end of the valley, right before you go through that canyon. Did you see the rocks on the road? OMG. Oh, I had a dream about that, but I'm not sure if that's the one that's actually going to be the one that I had a dream about. I mean, but it happened. It did happen, but not exactly like what I saw. I don't call those actual dreams. I think they're more like visions because they're different. It's not the same. I used to never tell anybody anything about that stuff, but I just figure I might as well just be me. Everybody else is coming out with all their LGBTQ, PRXTUVs. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what all those letters mean. Yeah, I grew up in nature, in the wilderness, so pretty much everything was normal. Normal, yes, very normal. Like Bingo and Lunchy and their puppies. And he's such a man. He's such a little, yeah, he is a boy. He's a male, and she's the female, and she's the boss. But she does have respect for him. But she's still the boss. It's like, don't fuck with me. You just do your thing. You be the guy. And let me do my job. And you take care of the other things that need to be taken care of. Like security on the perimeter. You do that very well. Yeah, he's really good about that. He goes right on the perimeter. Even if another dog comes up, and he won't go off the edge. He will stay up there. Anyhow, we have some unruly dogs. Every once in a while, somebody walks a dog by, unruly. One lady did. She got mad at me because you need to control your dog. Your dog is out of control. And she's over there, and her dog is totally out of control, lunging on the leash, pulling her over almost. So I pick up my big stick. It's a steel bar, just nice and handy, with a point on the end of it. I just told her, my dog is totally under control on my property. Not doing anything but standing here watching your dog, who's totally out of control. Go train your dog. When you can walk by here and your dog is behaving, then we'll know you did a good job. Anyway, she's hollering at me, going up. She's so mad. Whatever. Don't come over here and start stuff with me. Anyway, I'll talk to you first. So the earthquakes yesterday. Yeah, I'll talk to you first. Before the earthquakes start happening. That's funny. I really do think it's funny. I do think it's funny. The rocks on the road, that's even funny. As long as no one got hurt, we're all right. But those earthquakes are surrounding my brother. And I haven't talked to him for a couple of years. You know, it's taken a while. I have left him messages. This is the first time he's actually answered the phone in like forever. But we had stuff to talk about. His dad passed away. My dad passed away, the king of the realm. You know, the king. We call him the king. I called him the king all the time because he has the bloodlines. He has the bloodline of the kings, the old kings. Pretty pure from the north. You know, and he was in the Navy. And his dad was in the Navy. Shipfaring people. But we ended up being mountain people because I was raised in the wilderness. So those earthquakes were all around him. Most of them are on the mountains that we used to play in. But there are some around the backside of him, and there's a whole bunch over here, and that 6.0 hit right there. Right above the houses. Yeah, there's not many people in that valley. That little valley's had a lot of hard times recently. I dreamt about the fire that happened, about the Boreal Plains when the first big fire came through. I had like 4 different visions of that came through to me. And I told my mom, of course. And then the prophecy is given for a reason. Not that it's going to happen. It doesn't have to be set in stone. Christians! The revelation thing where everybody's all fear poured out about it right now doesn't have to happen. That's right. We need to take over the school boards and the precincts and go from there on our local level if we want to save humanity. And humans are an endangered species, by the way. So, Endangered Species Act now. Hashtag Endangered Species Act. Humans. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know about what my brother's done in that arena. I just know it's been quaking ever since I left there. I swear, it's not in Smith Valley. It says it's so many miles away from Smith Valley. It says it's so many miles away from, but it's all centered right around him. Everything's right there. And more little red dots keep popping up. Those aftershocks. Anyway. So I think that's interesting. And then, I had a vision of the flood. Remember that? Yes, the flood. The flood just totally blocked the canyon forever, it seemed. They had to redo that whole canyon. It was terrible. And I loved that canyon before it flooded. It was a beautiful place to play. Yeah. And the fish. Great fishing. And my swimming hole changed. And it was not the same as it was. The flood took a lot of stuff out. And then another fire came. And then another fire came. I think that place has been burnt around quite a bit, so, and then it's bordered on one side by a river, so maybe that'll save it from any other fires. But the earthquakes now, I had a vision of that. But I'm not sure this is the one. I don't know. When I saw that end of the canyon, the north end of that canyon, right before you get into that little town. Yeah. So it was a very interesting day yesterday. And it's still interesting today. So anyway, I have to get out the sun. Since I'm the old great grandmother, right? Who's now taking prednisone. I have taken it. I still have to stay out of the sun until it wears out of my body. Until it goes away. I have to detox myself from that. But I had to do it for a couple of different reasons. And I was recommended to do it already anyway. Because I have something, because I had COVID. But I didn't get there fast enough with the remedies. The remedies for me were zithromycin and quinine water. That tonic water with quinine in it. And now I have capsules with it. So, but I drink that stuff anyway. I drink a shot of that stuff with the capsule I take. So I get the short-term effect and the long-term effect. Once that stuff kicks in. And I have some syrupy stuff, but it tastes terrible. That's like the last resort. So yeah, that's what I ended up having to deal with. I'm still dealing with that since I had that virus. And I'm not happy about what they did to us and what they are now continuing to do. We need to stop all of this. Right now, humanity is endangered. Endangered Species Act. Now. Yeah, we have to. We have to, or they're going to do away with us. I really do think I have several theories. You can call them conspiracies if you'd like. I'm gonna get out of the sun and hurry up and finish this. So, yeah, I think the aliens landed a while back, and they've just now come to the conclusion that they just really want to finish the job of taking over our planet. And I don't know if it's one batch of aliens or if there's more than one batch. But yeah, there's more than one batch. Anyhow, alright. But the ones that are trying to deal with us now, that are trying to do what they're trying to do now, those are the ones who want to change our whole planet and us. They don't like us the way we are. And they just want us out of the way so they can do whatever they want to do. Because if they could get AI to do what the humans do, they just make sure they got rid of us. And maybe they think they can now. So you know that synthetic piece of equipment that they attach to people's genomes in that thing that they're trying, they're going to knock on us door to door. I have a sign up on both of my gates out here. Or maybe all three of them over around here. I don't know. But anyhow, you know, only authorized personnel are allowed in here. And the answer is no. And I might hang a sign out there. I don't want to talk to anybody. I can just give them my answer on a postcard. Or no, maybe a sign. But I'm not doing that. I am going to stay human and declare my endangered speciesness under the Endangered Species Act, because they have pretty much screwed up a whole bunch of people. Either they got injured, they died, they got injured, or they're gonna have it's gonna be slow. So then what? You know, the suicides from COVID, find out if they've been mRNA'd. Yeah. In all of our statistics, find out if they've been mRNA'd. If they've been mRNA'd, then maybe that's why. Because they feel like crap, and they don't know, and they know it's not going away. You know, because they researched it after they hurt themselves. They did it. And I think some people just did it on purpose because they didn't care. Go ahead. I won't take responsibility for killing myself. I'll let them do it. Yeah, I saw somebody that had that attitude, that took that. So I think that that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to blame their death on somebody else. Well, that's a good thing. If you want to die and get out of this, but if you do it knowingly, it doesn't count. If you're stupid, well, what did God say about that? I don't know. It's there. But once again, prophecy is given so that we can avoid the problems that it was given for. Anyway, I have to let a dog out. She just has to be out here with me, and there's 2 of them that want out, but they've been out here. So they don't need to come out here. Be quiet, so I don't have to holler at you. Happy warriors and great grandchildren. The birds are singing. Things are starting to get noisy out here, and I have to go inside. Much love. Have a great day.